How's today for people? Today I'm up a mountain. I guess the weather's not great in Denver, and it's been kind of blustery up here too. So I've been running at this pretty hard for the past number of days, either traveling like crazy or protesting like crazy, and taking the day to rest the body and take stock and put it all together. Yeah, trying to figure out what my next move is. And I'm going to be here for a little while. I'm going to definitely go hang out with Jay some more. Wow, what a great guy. I mean, yeah, any Jay fans out there? Because it was great just being in the presence of somebody, that's that grounded. Hey, hey, back. Hey, hey. So, how's the connection? I am up a mountain and trying to do something here. But where we hiking? I ain't doing any hiking. Yeah, happy dappy Thor's Day. Yes, Thor's Day. Oh, pixelating? Is the sound coming through, Mr. Andreas? Yeah. I mean, it would be like fast motions like that would probably really screw it up. Sounds okay. Sounds okay. All right, okay. You know, as long as the ideas, I guess, are being transmitted, and then I can forego a little bit of entertainment for being up a mountain with the mountain lions up here, for real. You ever hear the sound of a mountain lion? Don't investigate. If any of you don't know, they're the most dangerous freaking cat out there. It's unbelievably powerful and pretty stealthy. And they're all over the place up here. Yeah, Ellie rocks. So, yeah, I'm guessing they're J fans here for sure. Um, oh my, indeed. Yeah, bobcats, mountain lions, and bears. So one of the houses that I was up staying at up here years and years and years ago, uh, the owners of the house were fans of putting out hummingbird feeders, and putting out the hummingbird feeders with the sugary nectar of awesome, and you get a bunch of hummingbirds around. It was gorgeous. And then one morning we woke up and we found the hummingbird feeder was torn off of the hook that it had been set upon on the porch. And oh, definitely, oh, definitely poisonous snakes. Look out. But fuck them. It's the winter. Oh, ooh, whoops. Look out. But like holes like that big around, like teeth marks, all in this hummingbird feeder. So the thing had grabbed it and. Remember those wax cylinders with like the sugar juice in them? It's basically that was, the bear equivalent of that. So yeah, there are definitely bears up here. We're around 8,000 feet up here. But Denver was so different and such a welcome difference as well so far. I'm looking forward to, going back. I just need to rest my bones and take care of a few things. I'm gonna go back down and see what's cooking, and have some more fun with Jay and learn some more from this very shiny spirit. It's it's not everybody that does this kind of work that has this centeredness and this calm and is able to radiate it and effectively. And his heart is really, it's gonna move stuff, I think. And I'll keep saying it. I'll keep promoting him because yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work on some people for sure. And that's what we're aiming for, saving people, the rest of people's lives one at a time. Um, How to run in? But okay. I wanted to edit though, like caveat or addendum to J radiating light. Ain't no pushover, obviously, and his very sticky and other police interaction prove that yes, he can be the nice, and he can be the kind and compassionate and warm and open-hearted. Chakra four, if you're into that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it sure does look like I am in Colorado. It could be Wyoming, it could, but barely. um, yeah, yeah, he's no pushover. He's knows how to stand up for himself, knows how to tell the cops what's what. And in Denver, that's no small feat. You don't always walk away from that. And he showed real bravery that day, and explaining to these, I mean, I don't, is there another word for it other than fascists? I don't know. Authoritarian, maybe, just like if you want to minimize it. But I see these guys as, well, through their authoritarianism in a democratic republic, they're basically injecting that democratic republic with fascistic tendencies and demonstrating them in a position of authority and that slippery slope stuff. So yeah, great to see Danny and Leah and Steph the writer and Itzhak and Cindy, and didn't catch the names of everybody else. My brain. Pop Groomer! Welcome in. Welcome to the snow show. It's kind of dusting all around me. A couple times these flakes are hitting the screen. I don't know if you can see it. It's real light. And if it's pixelated, then, just imagine the pixels are snow, right? This org is strange. I still don't get the pace of it. I mean, I had it explained to me, certainly, by Jay. He's working the thing, most days. And on top of that, he was out there for like 9 hours yesterday. So got a good look at it. Got a good look at kind of in and out. At least I caught the beginning of his live stream, so I got to see the beginning of the day. But it's buttoned up tight. They're doing no business. They got, their staff, Sea Org members, and the publics. I didn't see hide nor hair of anybody else. Nobody else showing interest. The whole neighborhood, well, not the whole neighborhood. Some people just walked on, but it yeah. Well, more than others. And so I think they're trying to fly under the radar in Denver, because if they start kind of messing around, I don't know if it would fly up here. I don't know. That's just my guess. I could be completely wrong, and because it's my first day looking at the thing, and it's a wild supposition that this kind of blue city in a red state will spit them out if they start going hard. So yeah, because I think there might be a lot of people here that has, tried to escape stuff like Scientology or, other such organizations who came to Colorado. There's a lot of transplants out here, a lot of people from Texas, a lot of people from California. It's cheaper than California and fresh mountain air. Um, Low level of pretension in some places, except, okay, I'm not going to do that. Yes, yes, indeed. MLH, I look forward to meeting you soon. Really like your style and your work, and I think we'd have an interesting conversation. Indeed, indeed, yeah. And I mean, like every other org, it's camera every corner, camera center. Um, if we had enough people and we could just cover all the entrances all day and see all the comings and goings um, of the entire thing, and maybe get a better uh, get a better idea, because of course they're going to be watching. They're going to be watching what side we're on at what time, and if they're trying to move people in and out of the org, um, they just see that we're on one corner, and our view would be perfectly obstructed for the other two sides. And most of the time we were bunched up around the front. People took spins. I took a couple spins around the building, just take a look. Chad had a question. Chad had a question whether or not there was a door in the back, and there was a door in the back. And I think they should get a better door. It's like the kind of latch mechanism that on the back of movie theaters. That's a nay no, my Damie. That's no. So, if you like it, lock it, I think is the phrase. So, um, yeah, and shade tech all the way around. A couple cracks. They're not they're not letting us know anything about. I would like to see their multimedia thing. Chad, does anybody know if? Yeah, no, they're not. Not generally good at door tech. No, seemingly. Well, they're cheap, right? They're real cheap, and I don't think a lot of them have a mechanical kind of facility. Although, although a lot of them pretend to. A lot of Scientologists that weren't in the crew, they would like blended into the crew, and I think they were kind of just acting like they were setting up this rig, and they were really just Scientology security, pretty much acting as Scientology security, doing what they could from within the production zone in Chicago. So, yeah, it seems slow and steady is the way here, because that's how it's flowing anyway. Um, it'll be interesting to kind of consult more with more people about what they're thinking about next steps. Um, and so I had another reason for coming to Colorado. I'm going to be making some music. Hey, a girl. All right. That was a fun drum and bass session there, girl. That was fun. Yeah. So I'm going to be making some music, and I'm going to be doing some protesting, and then I'm going to. Yeah, indeed, it should be. Yeah. Or at least for the people that you're demonstrating against. Yeah, if they can predict your movements and your tactics and whatever else, exactly. It's like anything else that you're trying to win. Keep it close to the vest. So don't show your hand if you can at all. But also there's misinformation, disinformation. For the opposing side. Try to give them a head fake. All sorts. Yeah, but all in the efforts of getting a point across and all along legal lines. So that's playing within the system and beating them because they don't play well. They've got their own much narrower system, and they don't seem to. I don't see a lot of strategy here. I don't see a lot of chess players. If I did, I'd be a little more concerned. But it doesn't seem like we're up against Mensa candidates here, in my estimation. And partly because of the conditioning would make it such that you probably couldn't get to that level of intellect from within Scientology. That's also a guess. I don't know for sure. There may be some, natural, very, very high IQs. I would just say that the conditioning would reduce that. Anybody's natural ability, I think it would diminish it. And like anything, if you weren't practicing those things and you're only practicing Scientology, those parts of you would atrophy and they'd fall away. And that's part of what's so despicable about what they do. They're literally, I mean, to my mind, I said it several times, they're doing physical, neurological damage to people's brains by limiting their vocabulary and limiting the set of ideas that they'll consider. So, as much as you can kind of entertain certain ideas for the sake of just informing yourself about what they are, even if they are terrible. I mean, that's how I learned about Scientology. A lot of people just look away. They're like, oh, but why would I want to learn about that? It's so terrible. Well, maybe to fix a terrible thing. I remember somebody saying, I told somebody that I was perusing Mein Kampf because, well, I'm into history. And they were horrified. They're like, why would you ever read that? And I'm like, well, I didn't buy it, first of all. And secondly, I want to know what the guy was thinking. I want to know what the most popular book in Germany at that time was saying to these people and not just take people's word for it so that I can be better armed, against exactly that because I hate it so much, so that I can use all of it against them, so that I can make special barbs with special oil to get in through the cracks of all of those arguments. Well, you can drive a truck through those arguments, so you'd really, yeah, whatever the frickin' metaphor is. But yeah, that's generally my point. If you know how to organize information for yourself, indeed, know your enemy. It's a very good Rage Against the Machine song that I've been quoting a lot on this trip. What? The land of the free? Whoever told you that is your enemy. Now something must be done about vengeance, a badge, and a gun. I mean, it's really too long. And Maynard James Keenan is on that one too. And I am a huge Maynard fan. I was just rocking out and shedding some tears to the most recent A Perfect Circle release this morning. It's about how the world is going to hell in a handbasket on a rocket sled. Yes, it is. And some snowflakes should be. Oh, I saw one go by the screen. It's starting to come down some more. Yeah, this cloud is touching ground. It's coming down. So that's my spiel, I guess, for right now. Do any y'all in the chat have any questions or comments about what they've seen, what they may want to see, or just general interest? So I did name this a Q&A, I guess. What's it like up there? It's gorgeous. It's quiet, very peaceful. Although it is the wilderness, and so you got to look out for the rattlesnakes and the bears and the mountain lions and the bobcats, and Some people don't do well at elevation. It's about 8,000 feet. They'll start to spin out, low oxygen, um, dehydrate. And some people kind of just get the spins for a day. What was the most inspiring moment you had protesting? Inspiring. In the alley, in the alleyway where we were all threatened with arrest illegally. And this has been proven. The city has confirmed now that their permit was bullshit. That their Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, yeah, they're up here too. But so yeah, everything we said about the permit was right. They were meant to have sidewalk access, and so I guess water under the bridge. But we're going to try to make an issue about that. And that alley was not private; it wasn't owned by the bank. Totally public. Total lie. Total lie. And it's come out that Commander Harris has a nice past, good addition. And I think it was Natalie's live stream this morning. And we looked him up and we saw this the next day. I guess we didn't just run with it because I mean, it's definitely going to be part of all of our cases against him. But he recently lied that the crime statistics in his district had gone down and took credit for it. And so he got, I guess, suspended for that recently, and he's back on. And so when I came on in 5 minutes, he threatened me with arrest. I was like, well, let's have the alderman down here and let's see about you getting demoted. I think maybe got his attention more than I knew. But what was inspiring about that part in the alley, as I was getting to, in a very roundabout way as usual, is Shannon. Everybody cleared out. Everybody cleared out. Shannon refused. And so I spun around and put a camera on her and Commander Harris, who is like walking with her arm in arm. Indeed. Shady Wade, And her courage there in refusing and just holding the line on that issue, knowing maybe better than any of us that it was totally not right. It was the last one out. And that determination, because that's like, as far as the legal thing went, that's as hairy as it got. There was going to be multiple cuffs going on, and we were all going to go away in the police truck. And when everybody was like, oh, okay, this is it, Shannon was like, no, I'm still going to make another point about this. Another point about it. And I mean, we were assaulted. I was assaulted twice. Danny was assaulted multiple times. Students were assaulted. That's all brave. We all took one for the team. But what Shannon was facing right there, and what she faced down was, yep, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that. And I'll never be out of admiration for that act, I don't think. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. That was very long-winded. Yeah, threat. Yes, exactly. But I mean, the way David was smiling, though, it was like it was a treat. He was offering us a candy. We could take you away. He wanted to eat us up, man. He wanted it so bad. So bad. And we didn't make a mistake enough for him to get his freaking claws into us. And so, count 1 for us and 0 for CPD. Who, I mean, my negative $1 million for those jerk faces. So yeah, any more questions there? No, I like those. Those are nice. I see we got almost 40 people here. Yeah. None of you curious? Okay. Yes. Absolutely. And like, I mean, Nance, Drew, and Shannon really laid a lot of groundwork. A lot of groundwork. A lot. And we would have been a lot more lost. I wouldn't have felt as confident out there on the street. Did a lot of groundwork. They deserve a lot of credit. Hey, Gary. Yeah. So, that's an update and a couple questions answered. Does anybody have anything else? Comment? Maybe even a criticism? Oh, where am I going next? Interesting question, because I mean, I didn't know I was going to Chicago until I did, and I didn't know, like, the day before, I'm like, no, I'm going, And, I was just sitting at breakfast at IHOP and decided to go here. And so, I mean, Austin looks nice, but if I'm going back, I'd want to maybe hit Kentucky, and Harlem, see what's shaking. I guess that's underrepresented. Oh, yeah. And maybe Los Angeles. They're the West Coast. I'm familiar with the cities where there are orgs, and could be any of that. Maybe something very interesting happening in Los Angeles on top of Scientology protesting, but I also want to. My intention is to, at some point in the city, get to Los Angeles and shadow William Good, and take that information, because I want to get into First Amendment auditing, and take that information and go hard on my hometown police force, BPD. That's the deal. Whoa. Yeah, I guess the power went out. That was like a repair guy. Power's been up and down. We're on a string out here. So here we go. Yeah, Harlem would be cool. I think this was where you go next. So just got in, missed it. What would I have done differently? I wouldn't have blown out my voice, for one. I would have brought an acoustic guitar and sung a bunch of songs, and made it even more like a street festival atmosphere and a bit lighter than what I did. But honestly, this is my first interaction with these terrible, terrible people, and I have like a real visceral reaction to bullies. And I could see each and every one of them are just horrible, horrible bullies. Horrible. And practiced at being predators. Just practiced and used to getting away with it. Used to getting away with it. And used to to be able to intimidate people with this silly stuff. And so I couldn't help myself but just interact with that. Because I could. Because I'm 6'2", 240 pounds. And I'm not the first one that they're going to try to physically deal with. And I'm not going to do anything physical to them. I'm going to be the presence that I am. I'm going to be this presence that I am. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop going after the stupid authoritarian cops. I couldn't help myself. I blew out my voice, and I was the last 2 days I did 9 hours apiece, and so Okay. Uh, so yeah, I would have lightened up. Stop it. I'm gonna lock you, you stupid gerbil. Don't you do anything dumb. Okay. So stop it. I'm gonna power you down now. You're being stupid. Okay. So, is Shannon rocked in? Sorry, where are you going next? Differently? That's it. I drove. Oh, Amy, you drove through Harlem. Did you get any footage? Can we see? We'd like to see it. I love it. But Canada long line of cops. I'm emailed the mayor of Blue Star. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sandy Lee. We really need that. Absolutely. Political block question. What would you do if a member came to you for help to get out? Dude, what would you do if a member came to you for help? If a Scientology member? I would do whatever I could to try to exchange information in a way that wouldn't dox me and wouldn't dox them, and try to assuage their concerns about that. Um, Try to give them a lifeline. If I was their point of contact, and then I'd try to find the best resources for that person through research and through consultation through this community, and try to give them access to those, and make sure that we got them out. Make sure that, because of course, you could say a tactic by OSA would be, trying to dox like a whole community by being somebody that blew and did all that. And so, you take the information, try not to hurt each other by taking the information, consult as best I could, and try to get them out as best I could. As best I could. Absolutely. If they wanted a lawyer, if they wanted me to contact their family, if they wanted me to contact the police on their behalf, if whatever that was, I would do it as well. And if that came in the form of electronic communication, if it came in the form of, a piece of paper or a letter that was slipped to me on site by hand, however, I would do whatever I could to make sure that the plight of this person was known. Magnus, how's the kinging going? Right? How's the kinging going? So yeah, that right off the bat, thanks for raising that question. I thought somewhat about it, but it raises a bunch of questions, and I'm going to see about trying to systematize that a little bit better after I do a bunch of other kinds of office work. So where was that? I live in Canada. That was very nice. And say admit the permits. I hope. Yeah. No. Absolutely. The fire. We should all go after them. That was crazy. Have I seen anyone else up there? Ooh, they don't want to come up here. Oh no, I haven't. And I'm not a dummy. I've when leaving site. Well, I wasn't the most strategic leaving site as to where I was, but I double back on myself and in a bunch of different ways, and make sure. And on these big long country roads out here, you're out here on like 2 lane and no shoulder for miles and miles, and oh, if there's somebody there, if there's somebody like 2 miles back or 2 miles ahead, So once you get out of like the sprawl, it's pretty clear, especially at night. Like good luck rolling dark like that long on a freaking mountain highway too. Like good luck to you. And even if they did, like good luck to you being here. Good luck to you. So no, I haven't. It's funny as hell. That's a funny question. Um, yeah, used to. Hopefully they know they aren't going to get away with things like this anymore. Well, yeah. Yes, I will. I will. I was talking. Well, it tried to ruin my stream, Ellie. And it's just thought I'd give it a little tut tut. No, no. That's right. The kami, if you follow Shinto, kami of my gimbal is now crying in its beer. That's right, Ellie. I should be kinder to it and everything. I agree. I had to bring one down to the doctor. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Okay, so you saw it. No, I mean, no problem. Hope everything's okay. Yes, Ellie. Yes. New to the channel. Greetings, King King. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's brilliant. No, Tori is so brilliant. The wisdom of that generation. I mean, we really need to avail ourselves of that. Okay. And she's definitely spent knowledge and dropping science, and is a real repository for this stuff. Absolutely. And so pieces like that, absolutely, that is a very good idea. Yes, yes. I've been on her. Because I'm trying to get the full spectrum of this movement, and she is definitely a pole to herself within it. And yes, yeah, yeah, nice, yeah. I've been there. I've played music in Sweden. It's fun. It's fun to see. In that area of not just one nation, but a number of nations that can actually handle the business of operating a state and not just kind of ride roughshod all over the people and put them in early graves and stuff. It's for an American, it's quite surprising the first time. Like, oh wait, life is like this. I mean, I read it, but here it is right in front of me. Maybe I should leave where I am. But this is nice right here. And so this is nice right here, right now. But I was very impressed. And great crowds. Like, one way to describe it, I think, tripping drunk. Yeah, like completely out of their minds. In a good way, though. In a controlled way, they're pros at that. Yeah. So, was that all? I think that was all the questions. Yeah. That doesn't yeah, exactly. He's working. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is all happenstance. So, have you ever played? Oh, I wish. No, no. Ireland. You know, we would do Dublin, and sometimes we would do Dublin and Belfast. If we were on a bus tour, we'd take the ferry over and then north, and then ferry back over to Scotland and do the Edinburgh gig or Glasgow. But no festivals have I played in Ireland. A great club gig in Dublin. And I have to say, that was a real great. Oh, what instrument? My primary instrument is drum set. I also play guitar, keys, bass, and I do sing when my voice is not totally wrenched, which is what it is right now, and in that order of proficiency. But the road in between, Ireland and Northern Ireland, I mean, it really looks last time maybe it's better. Last time I was there, un peu français, un peu, but nothing else. Typically American, you know. Uh, maybe I'm kind of smart here, but dilettante in the rest of the world. But I did make friends in college with a lot of people from all over the world, because yeah, not really, really. I mean, I know Latin phrases, and I can order in a cafe in French. Uh, yes. Ooh, Durango. Yeah, yeah. That's a crazy town. Durango. Um, so, do you go to Telluride? Music festival, I mean. You know, as a musician, I've always wanted to check that out, and kicking myself for not going kind of at the peak of like kind of the Flecktones thing, and seeing the Flecktones in their natural environment playing to their people. That's on me. That's on me. I didn't make my way to see that, but I have seen them. But in Boston at the Berkeley Performance Center, and it was a concert and a clinic. So yeah, Durango's beautiful. Played drums for. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Right on. Wicked. So Magnus, and a question for you then. Who's your okay? Who's your favorite drummer? Or if you have to give three, give three. But who are you liking? It'll probably give me some idea of your taste. Uh, yeah, yeah. I'd say for me, um, that's tough. So many. Definitely Vinny Caliuta. Uh, oh yeah, so you went to Telluride, cool. Yeah, yeah, no, Jelly. Well, I know the Flecktones reformed, and have been doing shows, so maybe I'd get a chance. But again, missing them in their absolute prime stride. But yeah, Vinny, Billy Cobham, and like for jazz, Jack DeJohnette. You know, uh, yeah. So yeah, I've been out here for a little bit. Yes, that's Lars. That's interesting. That's interesting. Is it because he's a Dane? Yeah, Neil, of course. Of course. Neil. Goddamn. Neil. Where are you? Where's Neil? We all need some more Neil. Just my first favorite drummer was John Bonham, and my mother put on Good Times, Bad Times. First track, first side, first record of Led Zeppelin, and we are in at about 8,000 feet in the Rockies here. Don't want to say any more than that. And yeah, and that changed my life. Good times, bad times. How does he playing those freaking quick notes on the bass drum? Does he have two bass drums? He doesn't have two bass drums. How's he doing it? Okay. And then it was Neil, like at 14, and just consumed all of Rush. And the next year, my first year of high school, I could write down the drum part for Tom Sawyer from memory. And I would do it as like a party trick. um, I mean, it would take a little while, and after a time, people would be like, "Okay, okay, I get it. You can do it." Yes, that's right. I'm really. That's right. This is all Industrial Light and Magic has my back on this one. That's right. Trust me. Trust me on that. Um, yeah, I love Neil so much. I mean, that music taught me so much about the physicality of the drum set, about um, about building a drum part that's really musical and develops, that isn't just the same thing, but like each fill that he's doing throughout a song, it's like a commentary and an extension of everything that's happened before. And it's not like other drummers. He writes drum parts. It's not like other drummers, any other rock drummers especially, and kind of made that thing. And everybody else definitely emulates it. So then, I think the next person that really writes a drum part like that is Danny Carey of Tool. No, no, but that's why at street protests, the analog stuff, the bells, the whistles, the cowbells, the drums, those all go. They all go. They all go. All the big ass anti-war, whatever the heck protests, they all have a little group of people doing that and leading the thing. Did did Magnus give us one? That was the question. Yeah, so it's not amplified. It's not through an electronic device. It's not being gain staged through like an amplifier, solid state or otherwise, tube or whatever. And that's what the law stipulates. So whatever noise you can make with what's around in your hands, like banging sticks together, drums go. Oh yeah. And I was thinking about dragging some of my stuff out. I just didn't have enough time to prepare. So yeah, in my experience, all of that goes. And that's why I came with a brass bell, a bunch of drumsticks, a stupid little cymbal, a bunch of recorders, and that's how I defeated their speaker tech on the last day when they deployed speaker tech on us in Chicago. I defeated it with a Yamaha recorder that I acquired in 3rd grade. Yes. I felt really good about that. Um, yeah, what I do different is just be more strategic. Try to show more compassion where I can. I'm just going back to that question because it's very, very important to me. It's very much why I'm doing this, is to this Q&A and talking to the community and trying to be involved and trying to get a sense of how I can best serve this. Because I mean, I've got my own way about it, and it's probably best to use my own idiomatic way of going about this rather than trying to reinvent my own wheel and use that. But at the same time, it needs to be productive. It needs to be what this movement needs. It needs to be working synergistically with other people, with other people's efforts, so that we can all link arms in a freaking multicolored tapestry and take Sciento down. So, it's a learning curve. You guys were mean hostility. No, I know. And the thing is, like, no learning curve for me as far as street protests. Okay. And so there's no reason to be nice to cops that act like that. It's showing them deference. And it's exactly what bullies want. It's what they want. It's what they feed on. Your silence, your politeness in the face of their authoritarianism. And that's not going to change for me at all. If you show me that, I will spit it right back at you. And I'm better at it than you are, most times. And I've demonstrated that most of my life. So, so that's not going to change. And my interaction with the Scientologists was harsher this time because I saw they were going after those kids. They were going after the kids right next door and trying to ruin the lives of creative people that are going to shine wonderful light and make great cultural artifacts for us all to enhance our lives. Many of the people that I met that were students there gave me hope for the future. And to see all of those people, however well-meaning they think they are, abusing them. So my answer there is, if you're standing in the space to do actual harm in front of me, to the weak, to the vulnerable, to the young, to the elderly, to the homeless, and to the migrants of that city, again, I don't know. Like, the compassion I have for you is outrage, is disgust, is showing you what you should be feeling, what most of us might be. Now, I'm not into like normal reactions for things, but like, this is a basic baseline thing, like basic societal rules about people's freedom. Like, you're not abusing people's rights. You're not trying to coerce people into, baloney pants cults. If we can't hold that line, then like, let's just have anarchy. Let's just do that. I'll survive better in that system than most people. Let's just do that. Let's drop all of the pretense and have just the law of the jungle. Because it's the law of the jungle for them. That's what Scientology's operating on. That's what the cops are operating on. Do whatever it takes to achieve the goal. Eat anything in your way. Break any law. Break any person. If that wasn't clear by the end of the weekend, I mean, it's pretty clear to me. It's pretty clear within a very little time of being there. But at the same time, trying to find a way to do that in such a way that can actually get attention and get try to get those thoughts or critical thoughts about Scientology and what they're doing into staff members' minds, and so that they can make the decision on their own. But to just be polite in the face of the damage that they're doing, in hopes that they come around one day because you handhold them into it, that's one tactic. And for some people that's going to work, but I don't think it's the only way to put up a front against this. And especially, we wait for all those people to come out. Well, all these new kids are going to get damaged by it. And so yeah, there's again, this tapestry, this multiplicity of ideas and approaches, I think, is going to win the day. The wisdom of crowds, if we all listen to each other and we refine our practices, we'll get even better faster. We'll get better faster. And I look forward to being learned a lot more, as I am so new at this, and I'm kind of just stabbing in the dark with the information that I have. Some of it seems to be effective, and I'm looking for the refinements. So, starting to freeze a little bit. I think that was a hawk, if you guys saw that. I think that was no. Oh, it was a crow. Oh, maybe the one further back. Yeah. No, that was a hawk. So I'm freezing my butt off now, and if anybody, I'll just make sure nobody has any questions. Yeah, they're out of control. So, unless anybody has another question, I'm gonna pack it up and say thank you for hanging out, listen to this, offering thoughts, and provoking thoughts in me and provoking action. And so, as I don't see any, signing off for now, up a mountain.